Hello and welcome back to the historic IU Natatorium here in downtown Indianapolis, Indiana, where all great racers come to Indy. I'm Ethan Leach, and we're bringing you session 2 of day 1 of the 2021 Indy Speedo Sectionals. It's the Speedo Section 3 of the meets going on around the country right now. Speaking of going on around, we are running a split site meet right now. We have been splitting up the competitors between two sites here for the third section of the Speedo Sectional. We have our southern site, which is here in beautiful Indianapolis, Indiana, and our northern site up in Elkhart, Indiana, in that brand new facility they built a couple years ago. And so I haven't had the pleasure to go check it out, but I have seen many pictures of it, and it looks like a state-of-the-art facility. And as we get prepared for this, you will note that if you're following along at home, this is going to be the men's session of the meet. This morning we had the women's session, and this afternoon will be obviously our men's session, and then we'll be going into the championship session this evening, so to speak. Not so much in we take the top qualifiers from the morning and afternoon sessions and they swim again tonight. Rather, the top 4 heats of every event will be swimming tonight going into this. So a pre-seeded meet. But all swimmers still have a chance to move up in the rankings and be able to score points for their teams. And of course, on the horizon, I think everybody at this meet is looking at it at some point. You'll see hanging up there, we have the official time standards for the U.S. Olympic team trail cut to try to get to nationals, or the Olympic trials in Omaha this summer. We'll be bringing you those cut times whenever the events come up. We have a couple events coming up for you today. We'll be starting off, we'll actually be starting off with the national anthem here. As I said, I think everybody here is thinking about the Olympic trial times that are coming up, and we'll be bringing those to you when we get to each event. Speaking of events, take a rundown of what we're going to be looking at today. Where our first event will be the 200-meter backstroke. We are swimming long course now after finishing up our season of short course swimming, so the pool you see will be 50 meters long. Following up, that will be the 50 freestyle, one of the polar opposites of that last event, so that'll be a very quick event. And then we'll have the 200-meter breaststroke, a nice mid-distance event there. And then we'll finish it out with one of our 2 timed final heats of the men's 1,500-meter freestyle. So the long course equivalent of the mile. And it looks like we should be having a pretty good day here for swimming. The women's events went very well this morning, and we will be getting you those results, the combined results from the women's meet during some of our scheduled breaks. If you'd like to follow along the action on Meet Mobile, you can look up our site. It is 2021 INDY Speedo Sectional. That's 2021 INDY Speedo Sectional. And if you'd like to compare them with the times going on in Elkhart, that'll be 2021 Elk Speedo Sectional. That's 2021 ELK Speedo Sectional. Tony, what did you think of the? I'm joined, of course, by Tony Young. Tony, what did you think of the race this morning?
The girls got off to a good start. I think we had some swims that may be knocking on the door with the final results later on in the night. Starting out with the men's 200 backstroke, Heat 1 in the water right now.
Let's see. If you're watching from home, the Heat 1 or Lane 1, I'm sorry, will be at the top of your lane, at the top of your screen. Lane 8 will be towards the bottom. In Lane 3, we have Charles Rogers from Southeastern Swim Club. In Lane 4, Chance Buckles from Washington Township. In Lane 5, Andrew Galbin from Ole Swimming. And Javet Shepard in Lane 6 for Flashes Aquatics.
Watch the athletes in the morning sessions. We have 3 sessions. We have a women's session, a men's session, and then a championship meet session. Ethan kind of referenced that. We have 4 heats swimming in finals. And we will only have 4 heats this morning of the men's 200 backstroke.
That's right. We'll be running 4 of them today. Meet record goes back to 3/28/2019 from Wyatt Davis at the 1:59:20. And that Olympic trial cut to try to get the Omaha is a 2:02:99.
Athletes can still qualify for the Olympic trials. They are now in 2 waves, if you haven't heard, and we'll talk about that a little bit more as we go throughout the day. Let's take a look and see who's leading the first 100 of heat number 1. It looks like Javet Shepard from Flashes Aquatics. 106.39 is your leader to qualify for the Speedo Sectional Championships. You had to have the qualifying time, which went all the way back because of COVID, went all the way back to June 1st of 2019. So athletes are able to qualify with quite a few of the time standards that are in short course yards, because primarily that's the events that have been swum at this point throughout the past 8 to 10 months. But athletes can also, with 1 cut, can also qualify for bonus swims. In this first heat is a bonus event for all 4 of the athletes in the water. So they get the opportunity to try to make another Speedo sectional cut to either compete this summer or next March. Your leader still Javet Shepard, bringing it home strong here. Tempo increasing on the last 50. And again, the times coming in, 2:02.3 is a seed time for Javet. Let's see if he can finish it off, go under 2 minutes maybe. Well, not under 2 minutes in long course. It was a short course yard time. But hopefully that's the best time. Fastest split in the pool, 34.97.
That's a 2:17.28 there for Javet Shepard, and we'll be doing our very best to be keeping up with the fastest times we've had so far for the event, just to give us maybe a picture of where some of our morning, or I guess now afternoon swimmers will be placing versus the evening sessions. So it's not your typical championship meet, but it's still going to be a very competitive one.
So when you say not typical, obviously we've spread our athletes out over 3 sessions due to some of the protocols and the capacity limitations that we have here at the IU Natatorium for health and safety reasons. Our athletes are split into 3 sessions to make sure that we have a good balance of athletes capacity-wise allowed by the Natatorium over the 3 sessions.
Looks like Heat 2 is about to hop in the water here. Heat 2 of 4 going to be this afternoon. In Lane 1, we have Ryan Harrison from Southeastern Swim Club. In Lane 3, Anthony Braun from the Dayton Raiders. Lane 4, Brady Byer from Club Olympia. Lane 5, Emil Haig from Carmel Swim Club. Lane 6, Graham Seaver, also from Carmel Swim Club. Lane 7, Ison Cho from Hudson Explorer Aquatic. And in Lane 8, Abram Hagdorn from Greater Toledo Aquatic Club.
Athletes will be using the backstroke wedges, curling their toes over the device that lowers down into the water, allowing the athletes to get a better body position and push off. You'll watch it recoil as they start. Who wins the battle of the breakout? Outside smoke, that's lane number 8, Abram Hagedorn. And Abram's from Greater Toledo. 200 backstroke. We watched the young ladies in the morning. Had a couple athletes that took it out wire to wire. Others really focused on the back half of the race. Third 50s and fourth 50s, saving those legs and coming home strong on the back half. Nice breakout again by Hagedorn. So some of the time standards that the athletes will be looking for, a 2:11 is a this summer's futures time standard cut. Sectional cut is the 2:18. Junior national cut for summer juniors 2:06.99. So we'll see if some athletes can get closer to those futures cuts. Take the next step up in the USA Swimming progression of events. Nice turn and breakout again by Hagedorn. 104.49, our leader.
He's on pace to be our leader this afternoon.
So you watch the athletes' 9-foot lanes here at the IU Natatorium, and the athletes are swimming pretty straight in the lanes. And that usually comes from good balance of your stroke. Some of them may be eyeballing the beams above their heads here at the Natatorium. But some pretty good straight swims. No practice circle swimming going on, per se. Emil Haig takes that third 50, 34.51.
It's a close one between him, Anthony Braun, and Abram Hagedorn, though. They're all within a half second of each other.
So Emil really working on the back half of his race. So is lane number 3, Braun, from the Dayton Raiders.
Looks like Braun is going to walk away with this one. The 2:13.08. We have a new leader.
Just off that futures cut, but he does post the fastest time swim so far this morning. Nice start by our guys. You'll notice that the athletes will clear the pool. Our safety protocols, our athletes will clear the pool, put on their masks, and then exit the deck before the second heat, actually the third heat, will step forward. And they have Speedo sectional bags. That was part of the process of, the athletes get a little swag every once in a while. So they will put their towels and place their masks on and then head towards the side of the pool deck. Here comes heat number 3.
Looks like hopping in the water here, lane 1, Nicholas Viola from Fisher's Area Swimming Tigers. Lane 2, David Kovacs from Indiana Swim Club. Lane 3, Quinn Sweeney from Carmel Swim Club. Lane 4, Andrew Salcha from Ole Swimming. Lane 5, Kieran Bezinohout from Spartan Aquatic Club. Lane 6, Cameron Petit from Buckeye Swim Club. Lane 7, Riley Vaughn from United Swim Association. And Lane 8, Greg Enoch of Carmel Swim Club.
Well, we see a lot of names of athletes that have been swimming in our age group state championships and senior championships over the past few weeks. And they are now circling back into the Speedo championships. So keep an eye on Greg Enoch on lane number 8. And your leader at the 50 is Greg Enoch, 30.64. So watch the athletes off the wall. This is long course, meters, turns, and underwater racing skills still highly important, particularly if you want to move up to that next level and get those next level of cuts or be in the championship heats in the future. Your leader at the 100, Greg Enoch from Carmel, splits a 33.25. Quinn Sweeney from Carmel, also up there in lane number 3, a teammate. Watch the middle of the pool now, lane number 5. Coming on strong. We talk about the splits that we see on the scoreboard. They're kind of an indicator on how the athletes are swimming the races, not necessarily who's in first. So we look at Kiernan from SAC, he splits a 34.56. That's not the fastest 50 split in the pool. Petit in lane 6 had the fastest split. So you watch the athletes, how they take control of the races on the back half. Quite a race coming up here. Lane number 6, Petit.
Like you
from
said, he's
Buckeye.
brought it on here. That race management really shows during a long course meet like this.
It sure does.
Petit finishes first, 2:12.13 off a final split of 32.47, and that's going to be our new leader there. Down in lane 6, Cameron Petit with a 2:12.13.
So many of our athletes are coming in with yards cuts. So the actual Speedo sectional long course cut is 2:18. So that is Speedo sectional long course cut. Again, futures cut 2:11.89. Let's see how many of our athletes can pick up a futures cut here in the next heat. Remember, 4 heats will be swimming at night. This is the 4th of the 4 heats we will show in our men's session here today. And then the rest of the event will conclude. Now, the rest of the event here in Indy will conclude, but we know that there are a mirror meet going on with athletes swimming the 200 back in Elkhart right now. So combined results won't be available till the end of the evening.
Up in lane 1 is Benjamin Nadur from Westerville Aquatic Club. Lane 2, Carson Stochek from Carmel Swim Club. Lane 3, Kevin Gia from Kingfish Aquatic Club. Lane 4, Jordan Davis from Dayton Raiders. In lane 5, Leo Hahn from Carmel Swim Club. In lane 6 would be Kellen Reese, but it looks like he scratched this event. In lane 7, Nolan Garish from Kingfish Aquatic Club. And in lane 8, William Koch from Carmel Swim Club.
The fastest split we've seen so far at the 100 has been a 1:03, so we'll kind of watch how this heat unfolds. The leader at the 50 is Jordan Davis from Dayton Raiders at a 30.81. Got a good still head position. You can see he gets a nice deep catch, good shoulder rotation. Let's see who's relaxed on the way out and has the legs on the way back.
Brings it back a 33.20. That will be the fastest split in the pool. About a 104.01. His first 100, that's Jordan Davis.
Keep an eye on lane number 1, Benjamin Nadur. Benjamin's from Westerfield. They've been having a good session for the women as well. He's taking off on that third 50. Coach right there with him, encouraging him to increase that tempo. Pretty tight race for first and second, 138.61. Nadur is the fastest swimmer in the pool at 34.29. Got to finish the race here. Keep an eye on lane 2 now coming. Carson Sotek from Carmel. And Zotek looks like he's going to take it.
Bringing it home at the end. That's going to be a 2:12.41 for Carson Sotek.
Does that make the fastest time so far or not?
Just missed it.
Just
fastest was a 2:12.13.
All right, who is that?
That was Cameron Petit of the Buckeye Swim Club.
Okay, now for the 50 free.
And now we'll be moving over to the 50 freestyle. We'll have 8 heats of this. And you'll notice that we're starting from the opposite end of the pool now. It's a 50 freestyle, and long course meters, it's of course just one length of the pool. So they'll be swimming down, and then we'll have some prearranged paper masks for them to get out and use to go back and get the rest of their stuff, which is going to be stacked over at the other end of the pool. So we should see them stepping up here any second now. And heat 1 of the 8 we'll have this afternoon. In lane 3, we have Sean Diffenderfer Diffenderfer from Spartan Aquatic Club. Lane 4, Jacob Hicken from Hudson Explorer Aquatic. Lane 5, Trevor Wiley from Flashes Aquatics. And lane 6, Aiden Biddle from Noblesville Swim Club.
Meet record 22.24 set by Josh Schneider back in 2010. Trials cut 23.19. Well, many of our athletes still have aspirations to make it to Omaha.
Futures cut 24.89.
Watch the lead as they get under the flag. Sometimes the lead will change place 2 or 3 times inside the flags.
Ooh. It's going to be Sean Diffenderfer with a 25.95 to start off this session. So, time to beat is going to be sub 26 seconds. Heat 2 stepping up now in lane 1, Chance Buckles from Washington Township. Lane 2, Dylan Cosin from Firestone Akron. Lane 3, E. Tran from Flashes Aquatics. Lane 4, Mason Deerwester from Worthington Swim Club. Lane 5, Ryan Harrison from Southeastern. Lane 6, Kevon Cameron from Noblesville. Lane 7, Daniel Green from Firestone. And lane 8, Samuel Smith of Indian Creek.
Some of the athletes starting to double up on their races at this point already. Keep an eye on the bottom of your screen. That's lane 8. That is Samuel Smith from Indian Creek.
He is going to pull it off. 25.16, your new leader. Samuel Smith from Indian Creek. Heat 3 stepping up in lane 1, Math Labianco from Butler Aquatics. Lane 2, Grant Simeon from Worthington Swim Club. Lane 3, Mason Wilkson from Butler Aquatics. Lane 4, Michael Krajovic from Firestone Akron. Lane 5, Tucker Lambert from Force Aquatic Swim Club. Lane 6, Bailey Parsons from Hudson Explorer. Lane 7, Tyler Schwartzberger from Fishers. And in lane 8, Tice Treadway of Flashes Aquatics.
Most of our athletes have been swimming short course yards, so a lot of turns quick to the wall, quick turn, power off the wall again. Now it's straight swimming, and there is some adaptation to racing meters and keeping your stroke just a hair longer so you can increase your tempo inside the flags.
It's going to be Tucker Lambert with the out touch with a 25.57. Not going to take down Samuel Smith, but he really came on there at the flags to be able to out touch Krajovic. Heat 4 stepping up. Gavin Weiss in lane 1 from United Swim. Abram Hagdorn, lane 2 from Greater Toledo. Lane 3, Zachary Barnes of Worthington Swim Club. Lane 4, Matt Frolick from Worthington. Lane 5, Nathan Ambler from Worthington. Lane 6, Jackson Keller from Worthington. Lane 7, Charles Rogers from Southeastern Swim Club. And lane 8, Ethan Lindman from Zionsville.
It's going to be hard to pick this one up. Pretty even across the board as they come into the flags.
I've got a good view. It looks like lane 4 there. It is Matt Freilich with a 25.16. And look at that, we got another tie.
Do we really?
Well, a tie from the heat before.
Oh, yeah. What are the odds?
So 25.16 now the time to beat for 2 people. In lane 1, we've got Maximilian McAllister from Westerville Aquatic Club. Lane 2, Lucas Lane from Hudson. Lane 3, Evan Hernandez from Cinder Grove. Lane 4, Aiden Geyer from Buckeye. Lane 5, Harrison Height from Cinder Grove. Lane 6, Hunter Florence from Worthington. Lane 7, Kyle Fulton from Greater Toledo. And lane 8, Benjamin Cloverdale from Westerville.
Outside smoke at the top of your screen, McAllister.
He's going to go at 25.19, just misses that mark at the 25.16. Now held by Freilich and Smith. Heat 6, lane 1, Parker Montgomery from Flashes. Lane 2, Walker Matthijs from Zionsville. Lane 3, Easton Heiser from Zionsville. Lane 4, Dismas Dillon from Greater Toledo. Lane 5, Benjamin Crowder from Mako. Lane 6, Aaron Shackle from Carmel Swim Club. Lane 7, Cole Huber from Bobcat Swim Club. And Lane 8, Noah Brower from Westfield Aquatics. We're looking for a sub 25-16.
Looks like we got a hot swim in the middle of the pool in lane number 4.
Yes, we do.
That was Dylan.
Shackle closes there at the end. It's going to be a 24-6-6 for Dylan Dismas. Your new leader, 24-6-6. Heat 7, lane 1, Gabriel Berry from Zionsville. Lane 2, Carson Christoffel from Washington Township. Lane 3, Christopher Holmes from Carmel. Lane 4, Ethan Otten from Dayton Raiders. Lane 5, Colin Parker from Washington Township. Lane 6, Benjamin Clarkston from Center Grove. Lane 7, Jacob Sewers from Boonville. And lane 8, Hakan Naughton from Riptide.
Again, lane 4 looks like a hot lane right now. That is Otten from Dayton Raiders.
24-06. Very near sub 23, sub 24 there. Our new leader, Ethan Otten from the Dayton Raiders. Last heat of the 50 for this afternoon before the time finals tonight. Lane 1, Matthew Stuckwish from Club Olympia. Lane 2, Ethan Johns from Carmel Swim Club. Lane 3, William Koch from Carmel Swim Club. Lane 4, Lucas Rakowski from United Swim Club. Lane 5, Brody Friend, Washington Township. Lane 6, Nicholas Edwards, Carmel. Lane 7, Joseph Smith, Indian Creek. And lane 8, Daniel Uderbach from Franklin Regional.
Well, just to show you how close Otten was, he went a 24-0 and trials cut is 23.99. So
wow.
Just almost there.
This is going to be another close one. Going to be Brody Friend with a 24-7-8. So can't quite catch Ethan Otten, but he's definitely in the running to score some major points against the swimmers tonight.
So it looks like we're going to take a short break with the next event being the men's 200 breaststroke coming up. But we want to share some results from the the women's competition this morning. Just to show you who is leading the competition from the Indianapolis site. Don't have combined results yet, but we hopefully will have them soon and be able to share them with you as we go through the evening.
Just like this afternoon, this morning we had the 200-meter backstroke, the 50-meter free, and the 200-meter breaststroke, followed by the 800-meter freestyle. In the 200-meter backstroke, top 8. In 8th place, Josie Connolly from Ole. 7th place, in 7th place from Heat, Mackenzie DeWitt. In 6th place from Greenwood, Chloe Vidito. In 5th place from Fast Indiana, Calliope Agapios. In 4th place from Zionsville, Molly Simmons. In 3rd place, Caitlin Salos from the Buckeyes. In 2nd place from Carmel Swim Club, Lindsey Bowen. And in 1st place here at the Indy site with a final time of 2:21.76, Gretchen Luking from Carmel Swim Club. Hopping over to the women's 50-meter freestyle as these results load. Top 8 in the women's 50 free. In 8th place, Nanami Campbell from WOR from Ohio. 7th, Brooke Thompson from MCA. 6th place, Ashley Friel from COST. In 5th place, Emma Horton from Washington Township. 4th place, Kirsten Harmon from DR, Ohio. In 3rd place, Addison Carlisle from Fast Indiana, not the Fast from Ohio, I believe. In 2nd place, Madeline Chrisman from Carmel Swim Club. And your winner of the Indy site women's 50 free with a time of 26.55, Alexandra Shackle from Carmel Swim Club.
And Just point to clarify, that is our women's morning session. We can make this as complicated as you want. Our women's morning session, those were the top 8 finalists. There's another morning session going on at Elkhart. We have a championship final session with the events you read off earlier, also going on later this evening. We'll bring more results to you from the women's results from this morning here at the Indy site when we jump into the 1500.
We've got lots more results to get through, and hopefully we can combine them at some point. Looks like we've got heat 1 of 3 for the 200-meter breaststroke. 3 swimmers in this heat. Lane 1's towards the top of your screen, lane 8 towards the bottom. In lane 3, Eric Albers from Worthington Swim Club. In lane 4, Nathan Dunhawk from the Dayton Raiders. And in lane 5, Evan Steffi from Putnam County Swim Team.
Evan Steffi on our Indiana Swimming Athlete Rep Committee.
Futures cut 2:29.09, the Olympic trial cut 2:17.89, and the meet record set by Derek E. Maz back in 2019 was a 2:15.38 out of West Ottawa.
Our leader, Nathan Dunhawk from Dayton Raiders. Split 34.02 on the way out. You watch the athletes as they kind of settle into their stroke pattern here, building into the first 100. Your leader out there stretching out that stroke, finding that good body line is Evan Steffi from Putnam County. So the turn in breaststroke, obviously the athletes want to come in on a long stroke, get their knees up underneath them, quick hip turn, hand off the wall, all within 1.0 seconds for senior athletes. So because it is long course, if your athletes have great racing skills, underwater work, underwater pullouts, quick turns, all play into that time that gets you a new cut, takes you to the next level of the sport. There are barriers that coaches want you to try to achieve or overcome. Some of those barriers are getting a new time standard, getting that Speedo sectional cut. This is, a lot of these athletes are in a bonus event right now, which means that they've qualified in a different event, but they get to swim a bonus event for experience, have the opportunity tapered to go on and get a summer cut or a futures, USA Swimming futures cut. Evan Steffi still hanging strong there off the far wall. In the middle of the pool answering back is Nathan Dunhawk from Dayton Raiders. Those athletes just pushing each other to hopefully their best times. You love the competition.
Lane 3, Eric Albers has hung with them the entire time. I don't think he can make a push, but he's right there.
And the fastest time of the day so far is
a 2:39.52 from Nathan Dunhawk.
Just off the sectional cut, 2:36.19. We're doing what's called flyover starts here. So the athletes will stay in the water on most everything but backstroke. Second heat will be on the blocks, and then the athletes in the pool will exit.
In lane 1, we've got Mason Deerwester from Worthington Swim Club. Lane 2, Blake Krupinski from Dayton Raiders. Lane 3, Tice Treadway from Flashes Aquatics. Lane 4, Troy Oberstvorth from Terre Haute Torpedoes. In lane 6, Justin Barzilotto from Hudson Explorer. Lane 7, Matthew Truxell from Southeastern. And in lane 8, Joseph Sheets of Greenwood Gators.
Many of these athletes in this particular heat coming in with bonus swims, so we're going to look to see if someone can actually get that sectional 2021 cut, 2:36.19, take advantage of these long course opportunities before we even get into the summer season. Nice pull out over there is Blake Krupitsky from Dayton Raiders. Lane number 7, Truxell from Southeastern Swim Club. Out long and strong. Let's watch the turns, watch the length of the underwater racing pullout. It is a racing skill. It is not, the athletes are obviously allowed to have a dolphin kick somewhere in the pullout structure. Not too many of the athletes are utilizing that in this particular race, but those racing skills become part of habit. They become part of your race dynamics. So we watch some long underwater pullouts off the first wall and the second wall. Let's see if they can maintain that distance off the walls. National team members are kind of evaluated on that through their race analysis of all of their championship races. So our national team members are very, very consistent, almost to the nth degree. When they come off their walls, their turn times, their distance off each walls is almost exactly the same, and on their last 50s, you can see the increase of tempo. Matthew Truxell from Southeastern, your leader. He's got a 25 to go, trying to finish off this heat. Truxell's going to win the heat. Will he get that 2:36.19, that sectional cut?
Yes, he will.
And he does.
Truxell finishes out with a 2:34.39. Also making him our new meet leader. Anthony Truxell with a sectional cut. Heat 3 stepping up. Michael Krjovic in lane 1 for Firestone Akron. Lane 2, Gabriel Berry of Zionsville Swim Club. Lane 3, Ben Dunham of Buckeye Swim Club. Lane 4, Cooper Tinsley of Westfield Aquatics. Lane 5, Efren Martinez, swimming unattached. Lane 6, Matthew LaBianco, swimming for Butler Aquatics. Lane 7, Ryan Lamp from the WTRC Shark Swim Team. And in lane 8, Jared Hopkins of Worthington Swim Club. 2:34.39, the time of the beat.
This is our final heat. We swung to the 200 breaststroke. So 1,500 freestylers or coaches of 1,500 freestylers, please make sure you get your lap counters ready to go. We will not be taking a break between this heat and the 1,500.
Last of the heats will be swimming this afternoon for the breaststroke. The last 4 will be swum at finals, in the championship session, I should say. Though all the times swum here do compete against those, as well as against the ones up in Elkhart. Jared Hopkins out to a quick lead, a 32.32, and some outside smoke for Worthington. Tight race here in the middle as we approach the midway point. Jared Hopkins still looks to have that lead, but anything can change in a 200 breaststroke. Looks like Martinez and Tinsley are going to be duking it out for second place in this heat as they are neck and neck.
Split at the 100, 1:11.49. Your leader Hopkins in the bottom of your screen in lane 8. Coming on in the middle of the pool, watch lane number 5. That's Martinez. Martinez is unattached, Center Grove.
Looks like Hopkins is still leading going into the final leg. He is a split of 39.32, not the fastest heat in the water. That'll belong to Ben Dunham with a 39.52. Though it's Efren Martinez in second and Ben Dunham in third. Going down the stretch.
Lane number 3 is Dunham from Buckeye Swim Club, finishing off his race strong.
Wow.
Increased tempo, got his eyes down, hand speed increasing along as well as his kick speed and finishing his kick.
He's going to touch at a 2:30.01. Easily leading the pack here, going into the championship session tonight.
Just off the futures cut of 2:29.09.
That's close.
So we won't be swimming prelims and finals. Every athlete has to get up and race at their best ability in whatever session they're competing in. So not a bad thing. When you go to those next levels in a meet, you know you have to race at your potential in the mornings or in early sessions to be able to make finals. So it puts the pressure on to be able to, the environment changes, you got to get up and race. This is actually heat 2 coming up of the 1500. Heat 1 will be swum in finals tonight, so this is actually heat 2.
We'll have 6 competitors here. In lane 2 for Greater Columbus is Malcolm Houston Camo. And lane 3 from Zionsville Swim Club, Malcolm Slater. And lane 4 from Hudson Explorer Aquatics, Vittorio Capabianca. And lane 5 from Carmel Swim Club, Louis Zhang. In lane 6 from Westerville Aquatics, Cameron Frazier. And in lane 7 from Westfield Aquatics, Evan Lake.
So this is heat 2. Heat 1 will swim tonight in finals. Had the opportunity over the last few days to watch Louis Zhang from Carmel Swim Club swim some distance races. So now he's up against competition that he was swimming in out front in a lot of age group races. I think now he is going to be in with some good competition. We'll see if that pushes him even farther to his potential. Coaches define race strategies a little bit different in the 1500, whether it's descend by 400s or by 500s. The coaches do have a race strategy, and many of the coaches will get engaged on the side of the pool during the 1500. Our leader at the 100 in lane number 3. That is Malcolm Slater from Zionsville Swim Club, 16-year-old. So we'll watch pacing throughout the event. We'll watch the athletes' 50s, not only to not necessarily to tell us who's leading the event, but watching race strategy through the splits and seeing how consistent some of the great distance swimmers in history have an amazing ability just to repeat times almost to the 100th, going from foot to foot. And that is, the turns become part of the split. So turns are very important in distance races as well.
We've got the results from the INDY site women's 200-meter breaststroke. In 8th place, Amy Nguyen. In 7th place, Lucy Enoch. 6th place, Roberta Fisher. 5th place, Maya McDonald. 4th place, Avery Stein. 3rd place, Alexis Peltix. 2nd place, Molly Sweeney. And in 1st place with a final time of 2:42.37 from Carmel Swim Club, Vivian Wilson.
At the 200, Louis Zhang at a 33.34 split is taking over the lead. 33.34, the fastest 50 split of the field.
And looking at the results from the 800-meter freestyle for the women's this morning in Indy. In 8th place, Jamie Glover with a 9:46.62. 7th place, Tegan Madara with a 9:38.95. 6th place, Megan Delaray with a 9:36.06. In 5th place, with a 9:35.99, Claire Parsons. In 4th place, with a 9:33.22, Ashley Solos. In 3rd place, with a 9:32.35, Katarina Lohner. In 2nd place, with a 9:21.27, Erin Cumins. And in 1st place, with a 9:00.79 final time, from Carmel Swim Club, Alexandra Ward.
Race starting to tightening up to a group of 3 athletes. Still our leader, Louis Zhang. Fastest split goes to Capabianca in lane number 4 at a 33.67. He's from Hudson Explorer Aquatics. We do have teams from mostly from the central part of the country, the Indianas, Ohio's, Illinois, but also from all the way across from New Jersey. So our athletes come from all different parts of the country, so only a limited amount of athletes were allowed to enter from outside of the section. That obviously brings in great competition.
It's been fun to see some new names around here, you know, maybe from some out-of-state teams.
You can see there's some great teams. I mean, some of these teams, Dayton Raiders, Ole, they brought a large contingent, and they're all ready to race. Great race going on right here. We've also got races within races. Keep an eye on lanes 6 and 7. That's Fraser and Lake, having the luxury of having somebody to race against in the 1500. And I say luxury because it does help to have somebody keep you focused during the race itself. Turns make a little bit of a difference here as our athletes hit the 400 at 4:24. Capabianca from heat, 33.42, the fastest swimmer in the pool. Right on his hip is Louis Zhang. 4:24, building into the first 400 of the race. Looking for these athletes, obviously, to be under 9 minutes at the 800. So Zhang and Capabianca right there. Lane number 3 is Slater doing a little, get up on that hip. Get a little Jeff Gordon drafting action going on, maybe.
Bump it's racing.
You got it. So as these athletes turn at the 500, we'll get a mark. Keep an eye on 6 and 7 racing hard as well. Capabianca 5:32.13 in first. Its fastest split goes to Zhang at 34.03. And some of that is turns. You'll watch them bounce back and forth, racing in between the flags to out-turning each other. So approximately 70 teams here at the Indy site, about 575 athletes entered this meet. And then up at the Elkhart site, about 60 teams and 485 athletes in that meet. So we are combining the results of the 2 sessions, the 2 sites together, plus 3 individual sessions per day to keep our safety protocols in order. But nobody is suffering from swimming fast in any of the sessions so far because they're pushing each other some fast times. Coming up on the 600. Six-time final sessions, 2 world-class swimming facilities. Can't ask for more than that.
No, you cannot.
Boy, these guys are probably, you keep talking about ties, 34-1, 34-1 on the split, 640 and 640. Wow. These guys are hanging tough. Over there in lane number 2, making a move over there is Hudson Camo, 34.82. Trying to work it, catching Slater. Taking off on this 50 is Capabianca. He split a 32.55. Apparently, coach told him time to giddy up because he got on that 50. We'll see how he continues through the rest of the race. So we got 3 races going on within the race. First and second here in 4 and 5. Capabianca 33.89, 33.7 for Louis Zhang. Battle for third. Slater's still got it right there. Slater flips at a 35.0 over there. Hudson Camo in lane 2, coming up a little bit slowly every 50, 34.87. In 5th place, Frazier at 35.20, and Evan Lake 35.44. So they were 4:24. At the 400. That is our leaders. Lanes 4 and 5. Capabianca 33.3. Zhang in second. Scoreboard seems to be a little slow, popping up splits. Hudson Camo 34.1, still starting to inch up on Slater in 2, 34.78. 5, 34.64, that's Cameron Frazier, and in 6, Evan Lake at a 34.98. So still some 3 races going on within this race. Exact 50 splits at the other end, 33.8 to 33.8.
He may look like he's slipping, but Louis Zhang is hanging right there with Capabianca. I don't think he's out of this one yet.
On their third 400. Coaches want them to descend those 400s. All right, 33.65, 33.71. Zhang answers back again. Tight battle right now, shaping up in lanes 2 and 3 for third. Still Slater, 34.11 for Hudson Camo.
Races like that, you've just got to stay determined, try and you see you're eking up on him, you got to stay motivated.
Hudson Camo over there in lane 2, closing the back on Slater. I've been watching those 50 splits.
Good distance per stroke by both of our leaders. Hudson Camo, your leader, taking over, almost taking over third place, getting close.
Hudson consistently splitting a little bit faster. Again, so you kind of
Watch the turns, the quick heels. Obviously knocked 1/10 of a second. Zhang off the wall strong. 33.13 for Zhang.
He's making up ground.
Yeah, they just keep answering. One of them will pick it up, the other one answers. Slater, Hudson Camo. Great battle there for third and fourth. Hudson Camo, 34.57. Slater, 34.71. 5th place, Cameron Frazier, 35.10. Coming on and answering back a little bit is Evan Lake there with a 34.60. So let's watch and see what happens.
Zhang out ahead of Capabianca off that split.
Now, this is a great race for these two gentlemen. You know, when you look at these gentlemen, how efficient they are, you know, you look at them, well, they don't look like they're going that fast. They are going that fast. That is just an amazing effort by both because neither one of them wants to back down right now.
And the fact that they've held this pace this long is incredibly impressive.
1200, 34.11. by Capabianca, 33.76 by Zhang. Zhang comes out just an inch ahead, and I think they just keep battling it out, duking it out. Same race going on in lanes 3 and 4. Slater answers back. Slater answers back. Keep looking for that split, 34.74. He gets his legs back in the race. Still in 5th is Cameron Frazier, but coming on strong is Evan Lake. Trying to make up some grounds, got to get on his hip.
Zhang's holding in there, faster split again, only behind by 0.2 overall on the race.
You got a lot of eyes on this race, just watching these two gentlemen duke it out. We'll see 1,300 coming up. We'll see who has the closing speed at the end of the race. No walls involved, it's all swimming. Zhang again with a good long turn. 33.93 for Capabianca. Slater answers back. Down in lane 5, Cameron Frazier answers back. Just as soon as somebody comes up on them, they get tough, reach back in the gas tank and find something.
Hudson and Slater near identical splits on that one. Same for Capabianca and Zhang.
34.1 for Capabianca, 34.2 for Louis Zhang. Slater picking it up over there in 3. Could come down to a battle of turns. 1,300 coming up here. I think I spoke too early last split. 34.06, 34.01 for Zhang. These guys are great pacing right now. Not letting their turns fall off, knowing that they're in a tight race. Both of them really working their turns and their push-offs. Slater picks up the pace in 3, 34.84. He's answered back to the challenge, but here comes lane 6, Cameron Frazier. He's picked up the pace to where he can look across the pool lane 2 and maybe give it a run for 4th.
Summer sectional cut a 17:29.9, futures 16:38.99. And tonight we might get a shot at the Olympic trial cut of 15:44.89.
This is 1,400 bell lap. Don't forget your bell. Wow.
Here we go.
33.5, 33.4. Here it comes.
1,500 yards over 16 minutes, and it comes down to this.
Watch these two go at it. They're just going for it. Slater in 3rd. Hudson Camo in 2. Frazier in 6. Lake in 7. Lake starts to answer back. Lake is answering back. Wow, look at this.
Oh, it's coming down to it.
31s on that splits down at the other end. Capabianca at least breezed to that side so he can have a clear vision of his competition. Let's see who breezed from the flags on in. Wow.
Down to the wire.
16:41. Wow, great swims. Get a round of applause from the people in the building. Slater hanging on to 3rd. Coming on strong is Hudson Camo. Big race out here in 6 and 7. Coming on is Lake. Is he going to run out of pool?
Both of them hit the sectional cut, summer sectional. Just missed the futures cut.
Holy cow, look at this finish.
Wow.
Nice job, gentlemen.
.04
Holy cow.
between 5 and 6.
That deserves a fist bump to your competition after those kind of races out there, guys.
I don't get why people say distance events are boring.
That
This was great.
awesome. That was awesome.
Couldn't ask for a better finish to the session.
Hey, we're coming back on the air at 6:30 with our championship heat. We got a break here, and athletes will warm down before they leave the venue. A little bit of practice time for athletes that aren't competing every day. So we got some results that we'll update you on as we before we leave today. We will see if they're updated in our Meet Mobile.
If you want to check Meet Mobile yourself, for the Indy site, it's called 2021 Indy Speedo Sectional. That's 2021 INDY Speedo Sectional. And if you want to compare to the times going on up in Elkhart, type in 2021 Elk Speedo Sectional. That's 2021 ELK Speedo Sectional.
So we'll give you the results. Again, these are only the results from this session, but we'll let you know what kind of results we had for our top 8 from our Indy site.
This session, this site, in between the women's this morning and the championship
Yeah,
tonight.
you clarify that for everybody, because when
Yes.
all the calls come in, I'll send them to you.
All right, yeah, I'll send the voicemail. In the men's 200-meter backstroke, 8th place, Emil Haig. 7th place, Greg Enoch. 6th place, Benjamin Nadur. In 5th place, Anthony Braun. 4th place, Jordan Davis. In 3rd place, Gierden Bezeidenhout. In 2nd place, Carson Sotek. And in 1st place, with a time of 2:12:13 from the Buckeyes, Cameron Petit. And we'll hop over here to the 50-meter freestyle. I think our championship heat tonight has some competition. 8th place in the men's 50 freestyle, Aaron Shackle with a 24.87. And oh, I'm sorry. We have a 3-way tie for 6th here between Aaron Shackle, Joseph Smith. It's 2-way tie for 7th, sorry. Aaron Shackle and Joseph Smith with a 24.87. 6th place was a 24.78, Brody Friend. See how I got that mixed up. 5th place, Hakan Naughton with a 24.72. In 4th place, Dismas Dillon with a 24.66. In 3rd place, Christopher Holmes with a 24.61. 2nd place, Colin Parker with a 24.55. And with a final time of 24.06, so close to sub 24, Ethan Otten. Let's check out the 200-meter breaststroke. In 8th place with a 2:37.12, Gabriel Berry. In 7th place with a 2:36.90, Justin Barzalato. In 6th place with a 2:35.01, Jared Hopkins. In 5th place with a 2:34.43, Matthew LaBianco. In 4th place with a 2:34.39, Matthew Truxell. In 3rd place with a 2:34.08, Efren Martinez. In 2nd place with a 2:33.85, Cooper Tinsley. And in 1st place with a time of 2:30.01 from the Buckeyes, Ben Dunham. And I'm sure this is all fresh in your minds from the race that we just watched, but the results in the 1500-meter freestyle here at the Indy site for boys, we have our top 6. In 6th place with a 17:18.96, Evan Lake. In 5th place with a 17:18.92, Cameron Frazier. In 4th place with a 17:14.86, Malcolm Hudson Camo. In 3rd place with a 17:11.75, Malcolm Slater. In 2nd place with a 16:42.09, Louis Zhang. In 1st place with a 16:41.85, Vittorio Capabianca.
Well, if this is any indication of how the weekend's going to go, these guys are ready to swim. So we're hoping to see some great swims this evening. We have some national team members, Olympians, that will be joining the competition tonight So we have some young up-and-comers that are going to be looking to gain some Olympic trial cuts or even faster times to get into Wave 2, which we'll talk about tonight. So if you already have a trial cut, maybe you're working towards getting a cut for one of the position yourself to be in Wave 2 instead of Wave 1 at the Olympic trials. We'll talk about that tonight. Take us home, Ethan.
All right. Thank you, Tony. From everyone here in Indiana Swimming, we'd like to thank you for tuning in. Thanks for making this all possible, and we will see you some more fast swimming tonight.